Hello, welcome to Revenant Reads. I'm Vin, and this is the YZ book tag. So this tag was created by Jim over at Jim's Books, Reading and Stuff. It is the last tag in the alphabet series of book tags that he did months ago, where he made tags based upon letters of the alphabet. I didn't have time to do them at the time, but I wanted to do them eventually, and I'm a completionist, and I am now completing it, and I am declaring victory once I'm done with this tag. So let's begin. Again, this is YZ. The first prompt is Y is for YA, or young adult. How would you rank the following popular YA books? The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, The Book Thief by Markus Zusak, and The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Of all those, I've only read The Hunger Games, which is okay. Yeah, I thought there were some interesting ideas in there. But I do want to read The Book Thief. That's on my TBR. I've got that upstairs on a shelf somewhere. Z. I already answered it. What do you call the last letter of the alphabet? Z, Z, or something else? So it is Z. I do kind of like Z only for zombie films where they call them Z heads. I like that rhyme, but otherwise it is Z. A few countries begin with Y and Z, like Yugoslavia, Yemen, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Zaire. Have you read a book set in a place beginning with Z, Y or Z, or by an author from a country beginning with Y or Z? I know I've read. Here, I grabbed a couple things off. Oh, here we go. Grab this off the shelf. Some anthropology, houses in the rainforest, ethnicity and inequality among farmers and foragers in Central Africa, and this is an anthropological work about farmers in Zaire. And their neighbors, the pygmies. I read this years ago, but it counts, right? So, Zaire, yes, I have read one. Y is for Yeats. Who is your favorite Irish poet? I have to say, I have not read enough Irish poetry, which I know is a major blind spot. Something, probably dangerous to admit on BookTube. I've read Oscar Wilde and some of his poetry, so I'm just going to throw Oscar Wilde out there, although I'm sure that he will not be a favorite once, as far as poets are concerned, once I have read more, but he's just a placeholder for right now. Y is for YouTube. What channels do you like to watch apart from the BookTube channels? I'm not going to name specific channels, but I do watch things that have to do with history. I am also a historical edged weapons enthusiast, so I do watch videos that deal with swords and historical edged weapons, and also travel. That kind of stuff interests me quite a bit, and sometimes I'll just watch. Every so often I get caught up in watching like reaction videos. People, because it's especially if they are reacting to songs that are important to me. I can just sit down and listen to that song, but sometimes it is interesting to watch somebody else react to that song for the first time. It feels like a shared experience, even if it's not. So sometimes I get caught up in watching those. Z is for Zero. Have you read a book about nothing in particular? Well, I did read Zero, the biography of a dangerous idea. And I read this quite a long time ago, but it's basically about the history of the number zero. So yes, I have read that. Z is for zombies. I already mentioned zombies before. Do you have a favorite book about zombies or a zombie apocalypse? World War Z, I thought was really good. The oral history of the zombie war, that was a very good one. And I did like The Girl with All the Gifts. I read that in a horror book reading group, kind of a book club that before the pandemic would meet at a local brewery. One of the owners would run it, and I seemed to be one of the only people that really liked it. A lot of other people seem to walk away not crazy about the book, but I thought it was really good. So The Girl with All the Gifts I also liked. Z is for Zootopia. Have you a favorite book where the characters are animals? Um, I'll say Animal Farm by George Orwell. Quite famous. Z is for Zen and the art of motorcycle maintenance. What is the connection between Zen and motorcycle maintenance? Well, I don't do any motorcycle maintenance, and I'm not entirely sure I could comment effectively on the subject of Zen. The only thing that I would say that maintenance, I think, could be seen as a form of ritual, and I have come to appreciate the role that ritual can play in lives. I am not a spiritual person. I am not a religious person, but and I am not somebody who is even uh, all that friendly to the idea of faith. But I do think that there can be immense value in ritual if it is applied properly. And ritual, I think, can bring a sense of purpose, calm, maybe even transcendent experience. So that's where I'll go with that. Ritual, I think, can maybe lead to something akin to, or which can be called Zen. We're going to go with that. Next, bonus prompts. Okay. Y is for yellow. Do you have a favorite yellow book? Well, I know the first edition of Dracula was yellow. I'd never be able to afford it, but that would be, I think, probably my favorite yellow book. Y is for year. Do you have a best reading year? We're still in the first quarter, basically, of this year, but it's already, I think, shaping up to be a really good year. I've read a couple of books I've been very impressed with, so this might be a really good reading year, which I'm excited about. Y is for yacht. Do you have a favorite book about sailing? I don't really. I think nautical history is interesting, but I am quite the landlubber. So, no, at least not one that I can think of. Y is for Yugoslavia. Have you read any books about the Yugoslavian Civil War? I have not. Z is for Roger Zelazny. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Do you have a favorite book by him? I haven't read him. And the last prompt is Z is for do you get enough sleep? Sometimes. I would say most of the time, no, probably. But I could probably use for some more sleep sometimes. And that is it. I can now declare victory. I have finished all of the alphabet tags, and that was the last one, the YZ tag. So thanks as always to Jim for creating these tags, and as always as well, thank you, BookTube.